Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and this video will be previewing day 2 of the Dante meeting at York for tomorrow's action there. It's been a good day 1 today. If you saw the day 1 preview and back some of my selections, you should have come out with some decent profits. We had 2 winners in the end. Invincible Army drifted out to a nice price, and also as well Starcaster was a very nice winner in the lucky last. Also as well we had some good each way bets. Entitle ended up coming second in the Messadora at 12 to 1 for Frankie Dettori and John Gosden. Minoski as well drifted out to 7 to 1. That was a good each way bet in the novice race there. And also as well Reeves at 20 to 1 he drifted out to. He was a great each way bet. In the end he finished second behind Spacewalk, which is actually quite a nice horse for Charlie Appleby. So in the end it was a really good day for us today, picking off where we left off after Chester, and hopefully we can put it into tomorrow on day 2 of the Dante Festival. I think it looks quite difficult tomorrow, but I'll do my best and hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow. So with the first tip tomorrow, it comes at York in the 150 with a horse called Eeh Bah Gum in this very wide open competitive race. He's 22 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Tim Easterby and Rachel Richardson's but for the ride. Both do quite well at these competitive handicaps at York. Now this horse probably needed the run last time when he ran in the Scottish Sprint Cup at Musselburgh last time out. He was well beaten, but last season he needed the run and he really did come on for it. And last season as a 2-year-old he really did progress very well, and he actually won a fairly decent race here at York last year, so we'll know he handled the track. He'll like conditions as well. Also as well he's drawn on the high side, which I think isn't a bad thing. A lot of horses were coming down the stand sides today and were really being seen to good effect. I think Eeh Bah Gum, he's carrying the typical nice low racing weight, that old cliche. And I just think tomorrow at a price with maybe some extra places being offered around in quite a deep race, he could be a good each way bet at a price. So he's going to be the opening one there. We then go to the 225. And I think this is going to be a cakewalk here for Dar. She might need the run, but that's the only concern. But I think she still should have enough and her class should prevail. She's 4 to 7 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by John Gosden, Frankie Dettori's but for the ride, who had a double today. This horse finished second in the St Ledger last year behind Kew Gardens, and also as well won a listed race before that at York. So we know she'll handle the track. And I think she's got quite a lot of class about her, and there's nothing really in here I would be worrying about if I was fancying a short price about Dar. So that's going to be the selection there. We then go to the 3 o'clock, the feature race of the whole 3-day Dante meeting, which is the appropriately named Dante, the last Derby trial before the Epsom Derby, which is only a couple of weeks away from us now. And the one I'm going to go with here, I'm going to take on Too Darn Hot, because I think he's a little bit short, but I think a good each way bet in the race could be Line of Duty. 7 to 1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Charlie Appleby, and James Dill was booked for the ride in the colours of the Godolphin Blue. And this horse won the Breeders' Cup on his last start last year in really good style. He really progressed very well. I remember I saw him on his debut at Sandown and he was very eye-catching that day. He's related to Jacqueline Questers' dam, who got reversed in the Guineas a few years ago, but he's very well bred. He should appreciate the step up in trip as well. Charlie Appleby's horses are running well at the moment. They had a nice winner today, like we said earlier, with Spacewalk, and I just think Line of Duty tomorrow and what he's achieved so far as a 2-year-old, he could be a good each way bet tomorrow. And I just think maybe because Too Darn Hot's had the setback, and also as well so is Japan, he could be definitely worth a good bit of each way value at the prices tomorrow. So he's going to be my selection there. We then go to the 335, back into the competitive handicaps. And Love Dreams is going to be my selection here at 12 to 1 for PJ McDonald and Mark Johnston. I backed him last time when I was at Goodwood for their opening day a couple of weeks ago, and he ran a really good race. Everything went to plan. Franny Norton got to the front, but I think the only problem was Franny Norton thought he had the race in the bag 2 furlongs out, and he didn't ask him at all for pressure, and it was too late, and he got closed down by Kimmy 5. Kimmy 5 for Joe 2 subsequently went on to run a fair race in the Victoria Handicap at Ascot at the weekend, finishing in 7th place. I don't personally think Kimmy 5 actually really does get a full 7 furlongs, but nonetheless it wasn't a bad return by Love Dreams to the turf. He finished second in this race last year off a £5 higher mark. He ran quite well as well at this time of year last year. He notched up a win at Goodwood not long after that. So I think there's a lot in his favour tomorrow. He's a good each way bet with multiple places going around at 12 to 1. I think you could do a lot worse than him. We then go to the 405 for the listed race here. And I'm going to go with Garrus here, 5-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Jeremy Noshida, who had a good winner today at York with his 2-year-old winner Bombproof. Ryan Moore booked for the ride. This horse actually beat the course record at Nottingham in a conditions race last time out. That's definitely a good effort, and if he's there or thereabouts tomorrow at 5-1, he could be the dirty each way value of the race, so he's going to be my selection there. We then go to another novice race for the 4:35 for 2-year-olds, and I'm going to go for a horse here called Boma Garden, 14-1 bookmakers at the moment. Again, trained by Jeremy Nossida, who we already mentioned had a 2-year-old winner today. Frankie Dettori booked for the ride again. They've got a very good success rate when teaming up together. Cost £105,000 as a yearling. Got some decent relatives in its pedigree. Also as well, drawn towards the stand side, which I think could help because a lot of winners were coming from there today. And I just think with all the connections at 14-1, you could do a lot worse than him, and he could be a good each way bet, a sneaky one. We then go to the 5:05 with the Cashel Man. It's going to be our final tip, 13-2 bookmakers at the moment. Trained by Nicky Henderson, who wouldn't send too many up to York, obviously a great jumps trainer. Oisin Murphy, eye-catching jockey booking. Finished 4th at Newbury last time when he was quite well beaten, but I don't think the soft ground suited him that day. And I think going back to a sound surface would suit him. He's got a good course record at York. He's made the frame on his last couple of starts here when he was running over on the flat. Also as well, the form of that Newbury race is actually not bad because the second place horse was Coeur de Leon. He went on to win the Chester Cup consolation race, so that's a good level of form there. And the third horse that day was another Alan King horse called Who Dares Wins, and he actually finished second in the Chester Cup behind Making Miracles. So there was a lot to like about that run for the Cashel Man, considering a lot of things went in his favour. I think even though he is off a mark of 92 tomorrow, carrying top weight, he should be competitive and he could be a good each way bet, again with additional places with a lot of bookmakers around tomorrow. So that's going to be my final selection. So hopefully we can have some winners on day 2 of the Dante Festival. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel at LuckyLoads15. Also as well, you can follow me on Twitter at LuckyLoads15. Quick note to mention as well, I will be at Salisbury Racecourse tomorrow. It's my local track. Looking forward to going there for the first time this year for me. So I'm going to be there doing the usual live reporting on Twitter like I do every time I go to the races. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. My handle is at LuckyLoads15, and I'll give you a selection for all 8 races tomorrow. They've got a few interesting runners there and a few decent races as well. So check that out if you haven't done so already. And that's all I got to say. So please carry on responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.